so long as like alchemy.
All right, here we go, y'all. Now, Kevin Love has been the biggest problem for Golden State in this matchup as of late, right? Kyrie Irving was, but Kevin Love has been really having a monster year up until this man returning to the lineup, Isaiah "I Need My Shots" Thomas, right? So Kevin Love obviously playing the 5 now, and I stated this before, I feel like it's problematic for him, and Steve Kerr counters with Jordan Bell for the second time in this matchup, starting at center, and it's to neutralize the 3 ball and have better switches on the perimeter. And I expect this against Houston, OKC, and these other 5-out lineups. So here we go right away. Look at Bell, switch on to IT, and IT's going to pull the trigger. But you can't really ask for anything more than a contested jumper like that. Cleveland played Draymond different. Watch, Draymond's ready to take this uncontested. All of a sudden, nope, LeBron's challenging my 3, right? So Cleveland kind of snuck Draymond and played him a little bit differently as far as his offensive game goes. Here we go. Bell switched out, and then Steph, you can't let Jay Crowder beat you down the floor. Not moving exactly swift, but peep the ball movement, the extra pass. Clay, as usual, hot early. KD right around Crowder. Now, I want you to watch Draymond's finish here. This is what Iguodala needs to incorporate. It's a quick flip, right? You see how quickly he gets up? He's not using a lot of leg. It's just a quick shot. It won't get blocked. I love that. Now, you want to use Bell's quickness on the perimeter. Love's going to counter that with his size and strength in the block. He gets too deep on the rookie right there. Now, watch. Draymond thinks the closeout's coming. He travels. So, like I said, Cleveland did a very good job changing up their scheme on Draymond's offense in particular. Here's the backdoor Steph. No chance on that one. So we kind of forget how versatile and skilled Love is if we're going to turn him into a passer. Isaiah Thomas, and that's a great challenge by Bell. I thought Bell did fine. His plus minus may not have been there, and there's a bullshit foul, but I did like his challenging. We held Cleveland to, I believe, 29% from behind the arc, and there he is, LeBron, right? That's all you can ask for, again, is a tough challenge at the rim without a foul. And help defense, it's like Goldilocks. Can't be too soon, can't be too late. It's got to be just right. Bell was too soon with the help and got burnt for it. Love with one of his 3 threes. And if you look at it historically, too, he usually does most of his damage in the first quarter. So it was good to hold him to 1 3 in that first quarter. Here's IT, and this is what you expect from him, right? But he's got to be superb and excellent with that. Have I ever used the word superb? But he's got to be really good at that, because this is what's going to happen on the other end. Clay, it's just like he's not even there. It's got to be frustrating if you're Isaiah. It's like no matter the effort, it really just doesn't matter out there. No wonder he plays with a chip on his shoulder. Watch the reload from Clay. And then I don't know if this was in the game plan, but both he and Steph weren't taking the rhythm dribble after the flybys. It seemed to affect Steph more than Clay. Here's Bell finishing at the rim. He had 6 points in 14 minutes. And like I said, I thought it was a good learning experience for Bell. And then this absolute trash happens here. I hate how they split screen this, but watch Kevin Love. It's so unnatural. I understand if a guy and you lean forward, but he leans away from his shot to draw this foul. This should have been an offensive call. Watch him lean away and into Bell, who's going out of bounds to avoid contact. That's a terrible call, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs when it happened. LeBron's mindset in this was to get to the rim. You see Bell, good verticality here. Now on these lobs, Steph has got to open up and see this happening, anticipate a little better. I know he's not going to be able to challenge at the rim, but he can at least impede the pathway for LeBron so it's not such an easy finish. Now this is going to forever be a problem with this Cleveland roster. Transition defense, Love, Isaiah Thomas, if you have Korver out there, it's just a mess, right? Now let's take a look at Clay's rare slip up with his footwork. You see how his feet are too far apart? That happens maybe once a month, so I thought I'd highlight that. And then here, this is what you tell Bell to do. Close out, don't let him shoot threes. You can live with the bump and the hook in the paint. Now, LeBron is shooting the 3 ball very well this season, but watch them give him the Tony Allen treatment. They're like, I dare you. And I think it messed with his confidence a little bit on the perimeter. Now, these revolving door switches, I don't like it. LeBron's just too smart. He waits for the door to open, and then it's just an easy lane all the way to the rim. That's just too many switching. Sometimes you're going to have to live with Steph on LeBron. And then KD out in transition, he's like, I just feel like the throne is for the taking. Watch me take it. And then I think he wanted to make eye contact with LeBron. LeBron didn't want none of it. Watch KD, he's glancing. He's like, come on, LeBron, look me in the eyes, brother. That might have been my favorite play of the season thus far. Here we go, P-Mac in the passing lanes. Always has his hands up. Always an active defender despite the shooting woes. You know Ig doesn't want to finish that. He's like, KD, please put it in. Pause. But D-Wade, you know, look at this. That's how you guard Dwayne Wade. He wants no part of a catch-and-shoot situation from the three-point line. And then look at Draymond here. He thinks it's on him. He's so used to getting bad calls, but he had 16 rebounds, and they were some manly rebounds. Korver, rare three, and I think we just know his routes. We know the routes Korver runs. We do a great job of neutralizing him, and that's why Tristan Thompson right there, I think, needs to play more for the Cavs. You see the little Zaza rub screen, getting guys open. He does some of the little things. Klay knocks this one down, but I'd like to see him a little more aggressive with this second unit in particular. It's his time to shine, put up the shots, Klay. Let's freeze it here. Now, Klay needs to pick up the ball handler. He's going to switch to Tristan, and then it leaves David West out to dry with D-Wade heading at him with a head full of steam, and it's just an easy floater, right? So that communication needs to happen early, and the rule of thumb is the guards need to pick up the ball handler. And you could tell Cleveland wanted to take away David West. Tristan Thompson was very aggressive and up chest to chest with West all game. Looney gets in, and look at the baby giraffe stumble to the rim. But like I said, watch Tristan Thompson. How often do you see David West take contested jump shots like this? Not often, right? But he would adjust in the second half. Credit to Cleveland for trying to take that away. And I think whenever Steph gets switched on LeBron or vice versa, right, I think that there's a little extra juice flowing, especially from Steph's side. He likes to pop in his face, and so he does. And then watch him drive here. He's going to jump off the left and finish with the right hand on the left side. And that's just an awkward finish again. Is he favoring that right ankle? And Isaiah Thomas, this is what he can do, get deep into the defense, and then the lob. But wait a minute, on second thought, shout out my guy Major Powers bringing this up. Watch the balls change directions. You see how this ball spins a different way? That was no pass. Looney blocked it and LeBron cleaned it up. We should have known better. Isaiah with a no-look pass. Come on now. And then Looney with the offensive rebound, and he goes and gets them, right? He doesn't like stumble into rebounds. Looney goes and gets rebounds out of his area. KD makes him pay with the corner three, and then this is what Jordan Bell tries to do. LeBron let KD go by to get that block. It was on purpose. Bell does it, but doesn't do it quite as well as LeBron yet. And here we go in the post. This has been their strategy in this trilogy, right? It's attack Steph Curry. D-Wade, maybe the best baseline driver in the game today at, 36 years old. Watch Steph. Usually he puts a dribble down there. That's what I was talking about, and I thought it threw his rhythm off on a couple shots in this first half particularly. Here he goes behind the back, and Steph, you should know better. Iguodala wants no part of the three-point line. You got to expect him to drive to the basket, and then this was just absolutely ridiculous. This is, I don't know, the referee is right there, and take another look at this. How is that not a foul? That's unbelievable to me. It's that keep it close whistle. Now, here's a conspiracy theory for you. Steph, weird, awkward physical finish below the rim, and then TNT hits you with the Illuminati stat sheet. What's Steph's stats in the first half? XXX. Now, hey, man, it is what it is. I just thought that was weird. I've seen the Steph Curry Illuminati theory on the internet. That's a great front from Steph here. But then something interesting here happens, and I like it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. He's kind of had an awkward half. Kerr pulls Steph out the final 40 or 50 seconds of the half and has a little chat with him, and I think that that's healthy. Now, Dwayne Wade always catches the ball in the direction he doesn't want to go. You see how he hops right and then goes left? He always catches it in motion, and that allows him to still be quicker than he really is. It's just know-how. And then there's the timing from the help. We talked about it. If you go too soon, they see it too late. It's too late. D-Wade just on time. And then the Miami lob to finish the half. Cleveland showing some life going into the half. Now, I said that they shot 29% from three. I was wrong. It was 25. Look at Draymond with the block, and you could just tell that this was a top the bullet list going into this game for Golden State in their game plan, the challenge on Love. Draymond, like I said, 16 rebounds. Look at the outlet pass, and then this happens. The plant off 2 feet and then 2 hands at the rim from Steph. And I don't want to take any glory away from Steph, but you know how my mind works, y'all. And I'm thinking, he sure didn't want to plant off that left foot and try to lay that in, did he? Love, Bell falls asleep, so he got yanked early in this third quarter. But this man, how many silencers has this dude hit? I believe he lives for the counter punch. Right now, take a look at this defensive stand. This is where the championship defense started to shine through. Looney in the game for Bell. Look at the closeouts and the rotations. Again, LeBron wants no part of the three in this game, and it ends up in a turnover. And that's when I started to feel secure about the way this game was going to end. Steph, not his normal rhythm, but he shot amazingly well. I believe 4 of 8 from downtown. Now the gravity in full effect, and Draymond, the nice finish at the rim. Out in transition, Steph just chooses wrong. Clay's in that near corner, and Isaiah Thomas closeout again. It's like he's not even there, but he wanted to hit KD across court, and it's a 6-point swing. I could just hear Bob saying 6-point swing, but here was a real key to the game. Kevin Love that was his 4th foul there, and again, him playing center, you can get him in foul trouble if you're aggressive around the basket, and that's exactly what Golden State did. And this is where the groin shot to Steph happens. And I initially thought it was his wrist. I think a lot of people on Twitter did. It was like, oh no, his hand, his wrist. But, you know, he rises to the occasion, and that just can't be taught. He's in pain. He pulls up. Let's take another look at it. Now, I don't think LeBron tried to knee him in the groin, but I think he tried to deliver the extra blow. So I don't think he was like specifically trying to nut him or anything like that. But it was definitely an extra aggressive bump, and it's not surprising. That's been the strategy throughout this trilogy. He splits, and he's got to seek contact. There's Looney again on the offensive glass, but look at LeBron close out to the corner. What we need to do to win is, no, we ain't winning shit. I'm going to get my numbers. Y'all going to shut up. That huddle dynamic is just wild to me right now. Here's one knock on KD. When he goes to the rim, he's got to finish these touch fouls. Maybe it's a lack of strength, right? But he rarely gets the and one on those easy touch fouls. But how much can you really complain when he can do this? Giving the Warriors the lead heading into the 4th quarter. And this is where I thought it was danger time, right? This second unit had been struggling. And I'd like to see Clay handle the ball a little more against lesser defenders like Korver, where he can maybe create some. I'm not saying do it against Avery Bradley, but Korver, that's fine. Livingston plays that perfectly, and it was the second unit, I covered this in the main video, that really closed the game out. Look at West gapping Dwayne Wade perfectly here, and then you're going to see it again. Watch him stay down and then challenge late, and it was veteran on veteran, and then the outlet pass. And West, who he really did struggle in the second quarter, I think Tristan did a very good job on him. And Livingston, he only had 6 points, but it was his defense and the timing of the baskets that were so crucial. Look at him, rarely uses the left hand. Nice scoop finish in transition. And then I thought this was a huge stop. Lou had called a timeout and brings LeBron back in, and this is the ensuing possession. LeBron drive, and then Wade settles for a step-back 3. Warriors up 4 and LeBron back in the game, and I thought that was a statement defensive stand. Now watch West adjust to Tristan Thompson. He knows Tristan's jumping out on him, so he just gives one little hezzy and goes right to the left, and that's the adjustments that a veteran and a high IQ player will make. And then don't you wish Livingston was this aggressive every night? Right? Because you feel like he can do it 9 out of 10 nights. And this is where you got the sense like, all right, Cleveland's in trouble. The second unit just extended the lead. In comes rare 4th quarter minutes for this guy, Nicholas. I love how he gets off the line, smooth little jumper and hits this. And he gave us some nice minutes with Iguodala ailing on the bench. And here it is, the high pick and roll with Steph and KD. Now, Steph needs to probe deeper before that pass, right? He needs to take an extra dribble so there's more space for the pass. We get the offensive rebound, but Kerr wants a timeout here because I think he wants to discuss how to run and create off this super powered pick and roll, right? So here we go, and it's always coming to the right side so Steph can go to his strong hand. This time he just flashes Steph all the way to the rim, and it's Draymond on the offensive glass. But, you know, KD, he doesn't exactly like to set screens. You can tell. Extra pass, and then Nicholas secures the bag in the corner with the over-the-top celebration, if there would be any other way from Swaggy. And I've talked about this. Durant and Steph, both of them, look at this. That's just trying to be too cute with the ball. And Isaiah runs it right back down their throat. So KD kind of thinks it's over, just like the girl behind Kerr right there, right? And Kerr doesn't like it, so he takes the time out. And yes, Daniel, shout out Daniel, one of my patrons, Draymond contained himself because this was an outrageous call right here. I don't know how you call this an offensive foul, again, with 2 minutes left in the game, but his discipline is a muscle. So if Draymond can start working that discipline muscle of containing himself, it will go a long way. And that pick and roll right there, again, KD's got to work on setting screens, but it doesn't really matter anyway. He puts the cherry on top. But wait, we're not done yet. You know this rivalry. They want to rub it in a little bit, and nothing better than an Iguodala lob. Isn't that how the Game 5 ended last season to win it all? So Golden State takes care of it. Wade and LeBron, they know they ain't got enough, right? And I thought it was interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but LeBron James only daps Kevin Durant. Out of all these Warrior players, there's not a lot of love lost. But he and KD, and KD seems to be tight with everybody in the league, right? But there was just that dap, and then it was on to the locker room as Golden State is on to Chicago. I'm out, y'all.